Yo, Caleb Plant is the perfect example of what a man should be.
Okay.
Laid back guy. And then when you see stuff like this, you just like happy that he even has this whole situation going on. Like, especially if you know his history. It was dope, yo. Especially with this whole red pill, blue pill stuff out here. Like dudes being scared to speak exactly what's on their mind. Like crazy. Like that's dope, yo.
Or the things you've dealt with and those adversities can add to a man's life. What has she done to help you be more complete since you guys have been together? She's amazing. She's for one, she's a D1 collegiate athlete. She had a full ride at UNLV. She ran the 100-meter hurdles, so she knows what it's like to be an athlete and deal with some of those pressures. And what comes with training, what comes with recovery. So it's easy for her to help. For her to be a step ahead on knowing exactly what I need and when I need it. And one thing that me and JP have that I feel like a lot of people, at least in my generation, don't have is, we're friends.
Facts.
We're friends first.
Facts.
There's some things that a fella might, do to his wife that he wouldn't do to his friend.
100,000,000%.
That's one and the same. I would never want to disrespect my friend. I would never want to turn my back on my friend. I would never want to do my friend dirty.
That's deep.
And that's what Jordan is to me. So we got a real,
real
tight, close relationship. And she's like a cheat code. Really, she can do it all. Between the rental properties we have, the stocks, and the bonds, DB, pension, and, our retirement, life insurance, just helping me get all that set up with the team that we have. I'm going from, a bad credit score to, I'm like in the 800 now. If the old lady fix your credit, she won. Yeah, she's the type to like, well, if you get us rich, I'm gonna make us wealthy. Mm-hmm. There's not very many girls like that out there, women out there like that, at least, in this generation. And so
100,000,000%, they just want to take your cash. They don't want to even build anything. They want to come at the finish line.
Obviously, but even before that, making sure I had all my meals, making sure I had all my pre and post shakes. If I need to go here for an appointment, she's like right on top of it, making sure that she wants to get me there. We're teammates, and so I couldn't think of a better friend than Jordan. And
facts.
I'm thankful, I'm grateful to have someone like her in my life. I'm more of a laid back, quiet guy, so I was fighting in LA. I'm focused and all that, and then I, just scrolling on Instagram, so I'm not staring at the wall for 15 hours. Just maybe overthinking.
Right, that was probably him right there while he was doing that.
I'm like, man, who is this? I'm scrolling. I'm like, man, if you ever see her, you gotta say something to her. And then the next day, I'm weighing in, and I'm sitting in the chair waiting for them to call me up. I look over, she's standing on the wall right there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, well, you said you gotta say something to her. And so I weigh, and then there was like a water fountain machine, like with cups and stuff. And I'm sure she figured, after he weighs in, he's going to be at the water. So she's standing by the water. I go up. She was waiting on you. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I'm Caleb. Nice to meet you. And, Sminger laugh or something. As pretty as she is, it's like, I'm sure she's used to getting pressed or, what's your number?
Right.
And sort of thing. And, I don't want to be that type of guy. I'm not really that type of guy anyway. So,
facts.
Sort of,
that's how I am.
Meet you, and, I'm sure I'll see you around sometime.
Or don't want to seem thirsty.
She's like, why you didn't ask me my fucking number? She was curious to why I didn't, I guess. So then a couple of hours later, I had like a message on Instagram saying, hey, it was nice to meet you. I'm like, I know. It started from there, and going back to focusing on my fight. Had a really good fight. We just stayed in close contact and got to a point where, because of everything that happened in Tennessee, just a lot of things weren't working out for me. And I just felt like I needed a change, and she was out here in Vegas. And obviously it's not a bad place to be if you're a professional boxer. I would be on the same fights that I would regardless, but just the training and the amount of sparring, and whether it be massages and just the whole nine, it's a lot of things going on out here, and I just felt like I needed a change. So after we talked for a little while, I moved out here, and the rest is history.